The air above the Middle East feels heavy tonight. A wave of tension spreads through the region as breaking news flashes across every screen. Reports confirm that Israel has launched a targeted strike that killed General Ghamari, one of Iran's most influential military figures. His death has triggered an immediate reaction from Tehran, and within hours, a powerful statement emerges. An Iranian commander has declared readiness to strengthen cooperation with the Houthi movement in Yemen. The message is bold, strategic, and symbolic. It's a warning that Iran's network of allies across the region is not only alive but preparing for a stronger, united response. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Conflict Front Stories channel. Please subscribe and like my videos to stay updated on the world's most intense geopolitical developments. Today, we explore a story that could reshape alliances across the Middle East. After the killing of General Ghamari, Iran has made a move that could escalate regional power struggles, linking Tehran and the Houthis in a deeper military partnership. The consequences of this step might reach far beyond Yemen or Israel. It could redraw the very map of influence in the region. In Tehran, the mood inside the command centers is intense. Discussions stretch late into the night as military officials gather under dim lights, surrounded by digital maps of Yemen and Israel. They talk strategy, retaliation, and solidarity. To them, Ghamari's death is not an isolated event. It's an attack on Iran's regional influence, and the answer must be equally powerful. That's why the commander's words, "We are ready to strengthen cooperation with the Houthis," carry such weight. This isn't only about revenge. It's about strategy, deterrence, and projecting strength at a time when Iran's network is being tested on multiple fronts. Meanwhile, in Sanaa, the capital of Yemen, Houthi leaders receive the message with open arms. The Houthis, long supported by Iran in intelligence and weapons supply, see this as a green light to intensify their campaign in the region. Their fight against the Saudi-led coalition and their attacks on Red Sea trade routes have already caused global concern. With renewed Iranian support, those operations could become more organized, more frequent, and more dangerous for Israel and its allies. The Houthis understand that they now stand as a key piece in Iran's regional chess game, a pressure point on Israel's southern flank, and a threat to Western shipping interests. For years, Iran's strategy has relied on proxy alliances. From Hezbollah in Lebanon to militias in Iraq and Syria, Tehran has built a web of influence that allows it to challenge Israel and the United States without direct confrontation. Now, Yemen's Houthis are becoming a more visible part of that network. Experts believe Iran's new commitment signals a shift. Tehran might be expanding the scale of its indirect warfare, using its allies to stretch Israel's defenses across multiple fronts. It's a strategy of exhaustion, make Israel fight not just one enemy, but many across different borders. The killing of General Ghamari, however, adds emotional force to this strategy. Ghamari was seen as an architect of Iran's military coordination across the region. Losing him to an Israeli operation is both a tactical and psychological blow. By vowing stronger cooperation with the Houthis, Iran is not only honoring his memory but sending a message. No attack will weaken their resolve. Instead, it will strengthen their determination to push back. In this way, Iran's leadership transforms loss into motivation, turning tragedy into a renewed call for resistance. But this new phase comes with risks. The Red Sea, one of the world's most important shipping routes, could become even more volatile. The Houthis have already launched missiles and drones at vessels they claim are linked to Israel or its allies. If Iran provides them with advanced weapons or intelligence, those attacks could become deadlier and more precise. Western navies have increased their presence in the area, but escalation is inevitable if both sides continue to test each other's limits. The United States and Saudi Arabia are watching closely. Washington has already issued warnings about Iran's destabilizing activities and yet fears that renewed cooperation with the Houthis could reignite direct conflict in Yemen. After years of fragile peace efforts, the possibility of a larger regional war looms again. What started as a single Israeli strike could now ripple through the entire region, connecting Tehran, Sanaa, and Jerusalem in a dangerous triangle of confrontation. At the same time, Iran is playing the information game. State-run media highlight the commander's statement as a symbol of defiance and unity. They present the cooperation with the Houthis not as aggression, but as a legitimate response to Israeli hostility. On social platforms, narratives emerge portraying Ghamari as a martyr, fueling nationalist and religious sentiment. The goal is clear: to rally domestic support while warning rivals that Iran's network of allies remains strong. Inside Israel, analysts are assessing the implications. The Israeli military understands that every action it takes can trigger new fronts of resistance. The possibility of Houthi missiles or drones targeting southern Israeli territory or disrupting trade routes connected to Israeli ports is being taken seriously. Tel Aviv might soon face a multi-directional challenge from Hezbollah in the north, Iranian proxies in Syria and Iraq, and now potentially the Houthis from the south. Internationally, reactions are divided. Some Western analysts call Iran's announcement a sign of weakness, a desperate attempt to save face after losing a high-ranking officer. Others, however, see it as a calculated move that could successfully expand Iran's regional leverage. The truth may lie somewhere in between. Iran understands that perception is power. Even the idea of increased coordination with the Houthis sends a psychological message. Iran's reach is long, and its allies are ready to act. Behind the scenes, diplomatic efforts try to calm tensions. The United Nations continues to push for de-escalation in Yemen, fearing that new Iranian support could destroy years of fragile progress. Yet the timing of Tehran's statement, immediately after Israel's strike, shows that Iran is willing to prioritize regional confrontation over international diplomacy. The death of Ghamari has become a catalyst, a moment that unites Iran's military, its regional allies, and its people under a single narrative of defiance. For the Houthis, this alliance means legitimacy. With Iran's public endorsement, they gain stronger regional standing and potential access to more sophisticated technology. It's a mutually beneficial relationship. The Houthis provide Iran with a southern front against Israel and U.S. allies, while Iran offers them resources and global visibility. This partnership may reshape the balance of power in the Arabian Peninsula and create new challenges for Western influence. In the broader context, this development highlights a recurring pattern in Middle Eastern politics. Every military action, every strike, creates a new reaction. The region's conflicts are interconnected, feeding off each other in a continuous cycle. Israel's operation against Ghamari was meant to weaken Iran's military influence, but it may have instead accelerated Iran's cooperation with regional allies. The line between defense and provocation has blurred, and the consequences could unfold over months or even years. As night falls again over Tehran and Sanaa, both capitals prepare for the next phase. Iran is reinforcing its rhetoric of resistance, and the Houthis are ready to prove their loyalty through action. The world watches as alliances tighten and tension mounts. Every statement, every move, carries the weight of potential escalation, and while diplomacy remains a distant hope, the reality on the ground suggests that confrontation is far from over. The story of General Ghamari's death and Iran's response is more than a headline. It's a glimpse into how fragile peace is in this region. It reminds us that behind every strike lies a chain of reactions, alliances, and consequences. As Iran strengthens its cooperation with the Houthis, the world edges closer to another uncertain chapter in Middle Eastern history. The question now is not whether this alliance will grow, but how far it will go before it sparks something even bigger. Thank you for watching Conflict Front Stories. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth global conflict coverage. Stay informed, stay aware, and join us next time as we continue to uncover the untold dynamics shaping our world today.